In this lecture, we will discuss about rotary air compressor. As we know that the rotary type of air compressor having continuous rotary action, and because of this the rotary compressor is smaller than reciprocating compressor for a given amount of airflow. Also, the rotary machines are generally uncooled because the compression is carried out at a high rate and the conditions are approximately adiabatic. So no extra cooling is needed in case of the rotary air compressor. There are some examples of this type of compressors are the roots blower, then the screw type of compressor, as well as the one more is wind type of compressor. Now here you can see the schematic diagram as well as the working of the lobe type of compressor as well as screw type of compressor. So first we are taking here the lobe type of compressor. You can see here there are the two lobes and both are rotating in the opposite directions. One is rotating in clockwise direction, then another one is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. Now the one lobe is connected with the driver and another one is geared with the driver, so it is the driven, and the profile of these two lobes is either it is involute or it is cycloidal. So there is no gap between these two surfaces, there is a complete matting, and purpose of making such profiles is to seal the inlet section from the outlet section. So when this will rotate and how the compression of the air takes place, we can understand here. So you can see here when this lobe is making contact with the housing at this point here and at this point here, so in this section the air is trapped, and when this will rotate in the anti-clockwise direction, this trapped air will move from this portion to this section where it will be delivered to the receiver side. Same happens with this type of lobe also. Now the one lobe is having the two sides, this is also having two sides. So if in from one side the amount V is trapped and handled to the receiver side, then in one revolution the 4B volume will be delivered to the receiver side. Now how the compression takes place, because this is continuously rotating and shifting or handling the volume V from both the sides, so the 4B amount of volume is handled in one revolution. So but the pressure of the air is not increased because this volume is the constant volume. So when this volume or the of air will reach this section, the compressed air from the receiver will come back here and it will mix with the air, and until the pressure is equalized, the air will not move to the receiver. So in this way, by the backflow of the air as well as the irreversible mixing, the compression of the air will take place. You can see the another example, which is the screw type of air compressor. Here there are two rotors. This is the inlet portion. You can see here this is the discharge port, the female end of the rotor, this is the tip of the female rotor. Similarly there is the male rotor and the casing. So what happens, the action of this type of rotary compressor is similar to that of the lobe type air compressor. Here there is some gap or exist between these two melting surfaces, and when these will rotate continuously, it will take in the air and the air will be moved toward the discharge side. So that will increase the pressure again by the backflow of the air. So this type of compressor is also used to develop the high pressure. Next one is the vane type of compressor. The vane type of compressor is used, and in this the rotor is mounted eccentrically, and this rotor is having slots in it. It is having the different slots. This is the air inlet section, this is the air outlet section. You can see this is the housing as well as the sliding vanes. How it is compressing the air? So we are seeing that this space is increasing between these vanes. So when this rotor will rotate in the clockwise direction, what will happen? The air is sucked in these portions and will completely fill this space up to this segment, and after completely filling this space, when the air will move through these portions, then we are seeing that volume is decreasing. So because of the decrease in volume, the compression of the air will start in this portion. But when the air will reach here in this section, the compressed air or the air from the receiver will come back here, and this air will mix with the air handled by these vanes or this portion, and when this pressure will more than the receiver pressure, then air will pass through this section. So in case of the vane type of compressor, the compression takes place first by the isentropic compression, which occurs between this space, and then the backflow of the air will cause the irreversible mixing as well as the constant volume compression. Now we can also see the PV diagram here. So for the roots blower type of compressor, the pressure, this pressure P1 and the delivery pressure is P2, and so the pressure P2 is achieved from the pressure P1, and it happens at this constant volume. Here the volume is constant. Also the shaft volume is 4 times the volume which is entrapped in the one side of the lobe. So it is because of the irreversible mixing of the air from the air entrapped. But in case of the vane type of compressor, there is difference. First, the compression will take place as per the law P(V2) power constant, which is the isentropic. Then there is the reversible mixing of the air from the receiver, and the compression will be the constant volume compression, similar to the roots blower type of compression. Now we will discuss about the roots blower efficiency. So what happens here? For the pressure rise from P1 to P2, this P1 to P2, the work done per cycle is the pressure difference into volume. So P2 minus P1 into V. Now work done per revolution is 4 times, that is the work done per cycle. So it is 4 into P2 minus P1 into V, and if Vs is the volume dealt with the per unit time at P1 and T1, then the power input is P2 minus P1 into Vs. Again, the ideal compression process from P1 to P2 is an isentropic process. Therefore, the work done is given by when N is equal to gamma. So this is given by the relation work input equal to gamma upon gamma minus 1 P1 B dot S, P2 upon P1 to the power gamma upon gamma minus 1, and the roots blower efficiency is given by the relation work done isentropically to the actual work done. So the roots blower efficiency is also given or written as gamma upon gamma minus 1 P1 Vs dot and P2 by P1 to the power gamma upon gamma minus 1 P2 minus P1 into Vs. Also here the roots blower efficiency is written as this relation, as we can see this efficiency gamma upon gamma minus 1 R to the power gamma minus 1 upon gamma minus 1 upon gamma minus 1 into R minus 1, where R is the ratio P2 by P1. Now gamma upon gamma minus 1 is equal to Cp by R. So by replacing this value here, the roots blower efficiency can also be written as Cp by R to the power gamma minus 1 upon gamma minus 1 whole upon R minus 1. Thank you.